Something's not happening here. There it is. There it is, everyone. Hey, my computer just kind of shat the bed. Sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it for a second until I can find my mouse. There it is. Okay, I got it. I'm back. Hey, everyone. Uncle V here. This is the Uncle Vigilante Show. This is Epic Cash Live. This is my favorite time of the week. And I have titled this show Crypto Star Daily, Domestic Issues. Should we be worried? Well, I sure am worried because, well, let me introduce you to my guest here. It is the Crypto Star Daily star himself, Matt. Matt, welcome to the show. How are you? And how did you find Epic Cash?
Oh yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, I just saw it on the Crypto Kings video, saw him talking about the Bitcoin killer, and I just went with that, and I just took a look at it, and I saw that I looked at the tokenomics and saw that there was a max supply 21 million, and then I just looked at the privacy aspect and saw that right now there's not very much volume on it. It doesn't seem like anyone really, only a couple people are talking about it. And at this time in the crypto market is when I'm kind of just in general looking out for some projects that are maybe in this stage. And then before they blow up and everyone knows about them, once it's on Binance or once you can buy it on all these other places, the price will be sky high.
Right.
So
Smart
to me,
man.
the risk reward's a no-brainer. And then if you start believing in stuff, like I just saw something today about like, if you have Bitcoin that was considered mined in Iran, it could be, blacklisted, the Bitcoin you have. So
Right.
it's there's lots of decentralization, but there's also aspects where, then you just can't spend your money basically. And, just all that different stuff going on that you guys are always talking about in some of the videos I've seen with, what happened in Canada or just even your regular bank accounts in England where they won't let you buy crypto with it. It's not, so in a sense, it's not even your own money.
That's right. That's right. Well, I tell you what, gosh, I think maybe it was 3 weeks ago or something, but somebody just sent me a link and they said, Uncle, did you see this? And it took us to this. And I'm just going to take the mute off of here and we're just going to watch a little bit. But this is the first I personally became aware of you, and I just thought it was freaking awesome. Let's see, did I do this right? Oh, you know what, guys and gals? I need to do that again because I need to share sound. Otherwise, it will be all for naught. Okay, let's just watch a little bit of this. Meet the Crypto Star Daily, and we're going to go to your channel and be able to show everyone where you are and where to subscribe, but let's just get a little taste.
Back here with another video. We're going to be talking about Epic Cash. It's like buying Bitcoin back in 2010. But before we get into it, please, Mike Tyson, the like and subscribe button. All right, that's a bold thought, and no one knows the future. But Epic Cash is going to have a 21 million max supply. It is a proof of work, so there are people mining. It's a little bit different system because they have 3 different algorithms, basically breaking it up so that someone can do it on their desktop computer, and it's not all just ASICs. But you can see right now it's 59 cents, and somewhere around the end of 2010, early 2011 is when Bitcoin hit that, because in April 2011 it hit $1. So yeah, so you can see that right now it's at about 59 cents. It's hard to get. If you go and check the markets, it's only on this ViteX exchange. And so to do the ViteX exchange, you have to download the mobile app. So you go to their website. It could be vitex.net. I think they have Vitex.
I'll just stop that there because you kind of go into the how-to. Click exit to, there we go. But let me, so anyway, I thought it's just cool. I mean, you're unknown or undiscovered to me. So it's really nice to know that there's somebody who's very discerning out there, who does their own work. It sounds to me like you don't just subscribe to services and let other people do the thinking for you, but you actually dig in. Before I ask you a few other questions, I'm going to share my screen again. And I just want to show people, how do you find Crypto Star Daily? Well, just search for Crypto Star Daily in your in your search, and then you'll end up getting his logo right here, and you click on it and you subscribe, and make sure you click the notification bell for all. And then you'll be able to see, I like to always just go to videos, and you can see that he has
the tricking wife to buy more crypto is that's a classic one right there. The blue thumbnail.
Is that the one where we have domestic issues?
I trick her into letting me I trick my my fictional wife Tina into buying the.
All right, we're gonna hold on.
Come on, Tina, we have the money for it. I'm just gonna buy like 1,000 Epic Cash. I don't know. Okay, how about this? Only days that end in Y are days that I can buy Epic Cash.
Okay, I guess that sounds fine. Hey, mister, you tricked me. Every day ends in Y. You tricked me, and that's not fair.
Hey, sorry, too late. You already agreed to it. Sorry. Nope, you already agreed to it.
I'm not happy with you, mister.
I'm gonna go buy me some Epic Cash. All right, I tricked Tina into let me buy some more Epic Cash. Oh God, what's Tina want now?
Well, thanks for tricking me, Matt. Looks like you're sleeping on the couch tonight, Al.
Well, looks like I'm pulling couch duty. You'll have some Epic Cash. Well, I hope you enjoyed that skit. You can see Epic Cash is 57 cents right now, and you can see that.
Applause. Oh, that was great. That was great. So yeah, that's why I titled this show. Let me go to domestic issues. Should we be worried? So Matt, me to you, I'm a fairly wise sage uncle. Go ahead, give it to me. Is divorce in your future?
I'll blink twice. Is that what they do when they have when the cop comes to the door and they think there might be the person with the gunpoint? Tina might be in the room, so I can't answer that. No, it'll work out. We'll see how the story goes. But people love Tina.
Well, Tina's awesome. She's hot. She's hot, and I love her stubble.
And I got my neighbor Ron that's got a flip phone. He's down the road. He's gonna be buying some Epic Cash. I'm gonna have to teach him that.
Perfect. I just love this. This is people who just, I know you guys get sick of hearing about it, but it's useful. You just put your oar in the water and start rowing, and everybody has their own set of talents or their own talent stack. And I don't think you have to be good at everything, but all of us are good at some things. And I really encourage people to, gosh, if you just have the heart to do what you do. I always call it starting ugly, but I wasn't envisioning, Tina, peace be upon her. But the fact that you're creative and you found a new way to be able to present Epic Cash that is, I have to believe that anybody who clicked on that video and started watching it didn't, click away within 15 seconds. I think it's just like, that to me was kind of like a car wreck. I needed to watch the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Plus people might be going back and rewatching that again. It kind of can suck them in, and I'd like to get, some more storylines and almost even make like a little mini documentary.
I think it would be great. I love the idea of the old dude with a flip phone, that's funny. And
yeah, and I could see like a storyline too, where the guy's a factory worker and he's just in his dead end job. And it's like a storyline of this guy that doesn't have very much money, that believes in this thing. So there's like a bigger story arc, and then he ends up, getting into Epic Cash, and then
I have an idea. How about do one to where you have one of your or a couple of two different characters, right? One of them has a dead end job. The other one has kind of a dead end job. And then they have the opportunity to talk to their future me 10 years down the line. And then you have the one poor sap who is just like close to being a bum. And then you have the other one who decided to invest in Epic Cash and be patient through price discovery. And he exercised the muscle of delayed gratification. And you have him like in a mansion with some hot chicks on his arms and bling. And
oh yeah, that's a good idea.
A grill or something like that. That would just be funny. But Dark Star, you're on. You have a little bit of experience in production and all of that stuff. What, you have any thoughts that might guide Matt?
No, I love the idea. When I first saw the show, I was in stitches. So I'm really honored to have Matt here today. In fact, I'd love to learn more about how Matt got into crypto.
Yeah, great question.
Okay. First got back into crypto in 2017. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of ETH. I would have bought more because Bitcoin was like 2,500 then. But we were just buying a new house. So all of our cash was basically tied up in the down payment. And
you
then,
and Tina?
Huh?
You and Tina?
Yeah. Yep. Me and Tina. And then so all our money is wrapped up in there. So I made a few $100 and stuff. And then kind of 2018, 19, didn't do a lot with crypto, but bought a little bit of Bitcoin and ETH here and there. And then I was kind of paying attention to the Bitcoin having 2020, but then I kind of had a friend talk me out of it, and I was kind of in a penny stock at that time. And then early 2021, I saw that Wall Street Bets was going to try, after the GameStop and all that stuff, they're going to try to get Dogecoin $1, and it was a penny and a half. And I was like, holy shit, man, this is like, I don't know, these guys can maybe get it up there. So I started playing around with Doge at a penny and a half, and then ended up kind of having about a 5-cent average. And I rode it up to the 70 cents almost that it got to when Musk went on SNL. But then I came back and I ended up making like $5,000. But then basically for the rest of the year, I was just into crypto and NFTs. And then for about a year, I started the YouTube channel. It actually, Crypto Star Daily started off as an NFT project where me and my cousin, I started the project, then he joined it, but I was making it looked like the old Paperboy video game, how they had that fake newspaper with like a couple headlines. And I was doing that, but with just the daily crypto headlines, and I was minting an NFT every day. And I figured, well, maybe someday someone will go back, and it's like capturing a little piece of history on the blockchain. And I did that for like 6 months every day, and then it didn't really take off. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to do a YouTube channel. So for about a year, I've just kind of been grinding away. And my wife, Tina, doesn't like to talk about crypto, so I have to find my own avenue. And then, just lots of different projects, NFTs, shit coins, blue chips, and basically everything. And here we are, kind of the bear market, maybe the bull market's coming back on. But, these times like now are when, the people that have large portfolios in the future are made. So it's hard to not pay attention to stuff because, say like Epic Cash got up to $2,000. Well, who could buy 1,000 of them? And then not very many people would be able to.
No, not at all.
So for me,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, just for me, the amount of money you can put in and get enough tokens where, no one truly knows the future, but that there's certain, there's basically a big war right now between centralization and decentralization, whether people know it or not. That's a war that's raging on. And so.
Absolutely. Mike Mamola is with us. Mike, if you can come off mute. Mike is probably one of the most connected attorneys in all of crypto. And Mike, everybody. What percentage? Let's see. I want to make sure that if he's able to hear me, because he's on mute. So maybe
I can hear you loud and clear. Hey, everyone.
Okay, great. of all the people in your network, people that you know, what percentage of those people would you say, Mike, actually just had the insight and initial courage to kind of jump into the shallow end head first to be able to pursue some early projects that became successful?
A very, to quantify it in a percentage, I'm not sure exactly, but it's a very, very, very small percentage. And, fortunately for that small percentage, they've often done extremely well.
Yeah.
And I agree with everything that Crypto Star said just for the last few minutes with regard to, finding it and going through how you have to purchase Epic and what the potential upside is in the future. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that, unfortunately for them.
Absolutely. And Crypto Star Daily, Matt, you mentioned that it's hard to buy. And it's so funny, when I had my 25 crypto assets before getting educated by Max to pivot out of those, it's like buying a lot of stuff was hard, got to go to MetaMask, you got to do this.
Oh yeah. Besides a few centralized exchanges, like say someone in the United States using Robinhood or crypto.com or Coinbase.
Yeah.
That's the simplest, most user-friendly thing. Outside of that, there's a big drop off, I guess maybe Binance too or something. But once you get into MetaMask, Trust Wallet, having to buy Bitcoin and send it to another wallet, there's a drop off there. But I did get my dad to download the Epic Pay app, and I sent him some. And
and by the way, everybody out there, we're like at 2,430 members of t.me/Epic Cash. I have a challenge for you. Go get one person to subscribe to that channel today. Do you know if everybody did that? I believe I already have mine, maybe two, because I did an outreach and I just said, please put in there, Uncle sent me. Say hello to everyone, say Uncle sent me. But let's try to not just break through, 2,500. Let's get over 3,000, everybody. I mean, it's like, it's not that hard. We all can use our own networks, and it just really takes the initiative and the want to. So would you please do that for me? But anyway, with buying Epic, look, if you can acquire BTC, then I think it's pretty easy from there. Now, it's not intuitive. It's not intuitive, but you basically send to one address. And then once you get the hang of the Vite multi-wallet exchange, it's actually pretty fun. Throwing it over the net to the exchange and throwing it back over to your wallet. And then ultimately, now here's the more difficult process. Those are tokens. Those are basically Epic IOUs. So to be able to turn them into native Epic coins, you want to be able to download the Epic GUI, I think it's 4.0 wallet, and then you can restore your seed words from there to your Epic Pay wallet, and boom, now you have your desktop to where you have access to your Epic and your mobile device, which is Epic Pay. Now, but the thing is, when it's that easy button that we talk about, it's not going to be under $1. That's really important for everyone to understand and appreciate. So it's those who suffer through the slight bit of pain. It's not that hard. And my goodness, t.me/Epic Cash Help Desk there are so many awesome volunteers in there that are just ready to help. And then we have buyepiccash.com. You go there, you follow the instructions, you'll be able to acquire Epic Cash. You'll be able to have everything there to be able to tell you about the GUI wallet. how to set that up, the Epic Pay wallet. So we're trying to do a lot of things as a community to be able to make it easier for all of us to help other people on board. But if you are savvy and you're watching this, you probably are, the next best way is just say, hey, dog sitter, would you download the Epic Pay wallet? I want to send you some Epic Cash. Or would you consider, me paying you half in the dirty green stuff and half in Epic Cash? And trust me on this, you'll be happy that you made that deal. And then you just get people in it. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to agree with you, and I wanted to know if I can ask Crypto Star Daily a question.
Please.
Yeah, Matt. So how has your opinion or your audience's opinion changed from back in 2017 when you looked at crypto, in terms of things being private or censorship resistant or permissionless versus today? We've seen a lot of changes in the world, has been our experience, and we're seeing more and more emphasis and the emphasis and importance that people are placing on it. Has that been your experience? And I'd just like to know kind of what's happened with your thought process in those terms over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think that, that wasn't much of an issue when I first got into the crypto. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about that kind of stuff. I haven't had too much audience, people talking a lot about that, but in general, I think everyone's starting to care more about that over the last couple of years with the truckers in Canada having their bank account frozen. And then, Kanye West, having his bank just shut him off, and he didn't lose his money. So I think, and then too, I just really think about, like, say you're in India and, you don't need as much money in certain parts of India to be considered really rich. And say you're paying with crypto or it's blockchain or however it is, and you go to the market and you're using your crypto and you buy something, and the guy there has nothing better to do because there's not very many customers, and all of a sudden he looks, you just went down there to buy a soda or water or some snack or some bananas, and now that guy can see that you have $1 million, or he can check your wallet and see you have $2 million worth of Shiba Inu in there. I mean, someone might kidnap you for that. And so
that's a great point.
And that's something I just really thought about lately this last week, is that all of a sudden it's a risk factor, because you don't, and then, eventually people will be using the blockchain to pay their employees. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want all your employees to know what everyone else is making, because you might have some long-term employee that isn't that valuable because he just kind of does half the effort, but he's good enough to keep around. And some other guy's this young hotshot that you're paying twice as much because he's the sales guy that's going to blow your company up. So, that just, to me, that's a huge factor. So you see the more Vitalik's talking about that kind of stuff on Ethereum. I mean, Cardano's trying to have a side chain with privacy. So it seems like that issue is coming into crypto way more now, because now the fun and games are kind of over. It's starting to become more adopted, and you can see that there's going to be real world use cases where you need privacy, like medical records or whatever. You can't, you don't want everyone to know that you have a certain medical condition and stuff like that. And
right.
And I just want to go back real quick about buying on Vite. Overall, if you've been in crypto, it's not that hard. I'm kind of looking at the perspective of kind of newbies.
Absolutely.
But you also look back someday, if this is like on Binance and Coinbase and every popular exchange has it, you'll look back to these days of buying it on Vite with like nostalgia, like the good old days.
100%. It's like when you were covering it, you were saying 59 cents, and you think that's Bitcoin in 2011 hit that or something like that. And that really, really kind of stopped me in my tracks. I was like, wow. Yeah, there was a point to where they were pushing through 60 cents.
And that would have been a time for someone that would have probably felt scary to put a couple grand into it.
That's
right. Now it'd be like, someone like, okay, you're not going to have the returns in Bitcoin or whatever, but someone, people could throw $2,000 in there pretty easy.
That's
We're
right.
Back in 2010, that's scary investment.
100%. I have a couple of other questions. First one, just because this is about domestic issues. When did you stop beating Tina?
Oh, well, we're actually trying to get into that. We're trying to join that slapping league. So,
Because she's so good at it.
yeah. No, I'm actually her manager.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to take her around. I figure the more money she can make on the slapping circuit, then the more money I got to buy crypto.
There's a way to tie in Epic into that. It's like we need to. Sometimes we just have to slap the bleep out of people to wake up to Epic. So that's why Tina got into the slapping league. That would be funny.
Yeah, there was one episode. It was a different project that I made a skit, and we arm wrestled. And if I won the arm wrestling, then I could list our car on Turo to try to buy more crypto.
I love it. The other thing is, when you go to a public restroom and you have to go number 2, do you close the door? Serious question.
To the stall?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you doing something nefarious in there then, or do you think privacy is actually kind of your right?
Oh yeah, I think privacy is a right, and who knows? Some places might have a camera in there, but I wouldn't be surprised in China.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. But the point is, just to kind of draw the analogy, just because you close the door doesn't mean that you're doing something nefarious in there. It's your right to be able to have privacy when you go to the restroom. I believe it's our right to be able to have privacy when making financial transactions based upon what we choose. So, when privacy coins get a knock, it's usually because, the powers that shouldn't be are casting aspersions, saying that it's just the road leading to perdition. These are just people who have things to hide, which could not be the furthest thing from the truth. So I have a challenge for you that I would love to see on a video. The mayor of Miami gets paid in Bitcoin. There are some football players, I think, that have got paid in Bitcoin. So if we can find those deposit addresses for their Bitcoin transaction, it would be great. And actually, we have a member of our team who could assist you, goes by the name X, who could assist you because he has a subscription to what is the name of it? It's the service that does all the surveillance and analysis on the Bitcoin blockchain. It's the name escapes me. Maybe somebody in the chat can remind me. But it would be interesting to be able to go do just a postmortem to be able to show everyone how much we can see. We know the mayor has this many Bitcoin. We know he's had this many transactions in the last, because to me, that's where the rubber meets the road. When people realize that it's like the emperor has no clothes. It's like you walking down the beach and you're the only one that, is naked.
And then when it gets to the point of someone judging you on what you're spending your money, this is right or that's wrong.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then
like there's the guy that bought $17 worth of Shiba Inu, and the article links up his the ether scan, so you can see that he bought $17 worth of Shiba Inu. It got up to about $14 to $16 million in the peak of the bull run, and he never sold. You can just see all that. He just didn't sell. It's still worth $2 million. So I don't know what the guy just never sold, but you can see that. Well, if that guy somehow did a transaction with you and he somehow had his Twitter account that was public, and so there's a lot of criminals out there too. So there's all sorts of different reasons why you want to keep it hidden.
Yeah, but the bottom line is privacy at the default layer in crypto. I think is, it is one of the greatest attributes of Epic Cash, and we don't promote it as a privacy coin. It's just a project, a coin that was designed to be able to have fast transactions using Mimblewimble technology, which then as a product makes your transactions private. So we're not a privacy coin. Matter of fact, we wanted to be able to create this to be Epic what? Cash.
Yeah.
Epic private internet cash. We want people transacting with Epic Cash. To become the world's reserve currency, there needs to be some transactions. So I'm sure you're familiar with our roadmap and our subway system and everything. It's, I love me some Max Freeman because he is an absolute genius with his vision. And I just sit back astonished thinking, all right, Max already thought about that. Actually, that's the 4th subway stop. Jeez, how does he do that? I'm just an uncle with a microphone that talks a little bit. But so anyway, I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole. It was just that I wanted to talk about privacy, and I wanted to challenge you or anybody else out there that wants to go through that process. I did it with High Impact Flicks. Brian, I got his email. I'm on his email list, and he was saying, hey, here are the ways to support me. And he used his and he put his Bitcoin deposit address. So I sent it to our internal guy, and he did his thing, and he came back with just an amazing amount of information, including everybody that he's supporting. And I sent it to Brian, and his jaw dropped. He called me on a Saturday to talk about it. And he's like, wow, that just hit me right between the eyes. He said,
we can all, it'd be like basically if we all just printed out our bank statements and uploaded them to the internet for everyone to look. No one wants that.
Yeah, that's right. But it's worse than that. It's not you uploading. It would be like if you pay, a plumber $50 because you had that transaction and he has your check. And if he went to the bank and said, hey, here, I have this check from Uncle V, and can you please tell me how much is in his bank account? Oh, yes, sir. Sure, no problem. And can you please tell me tell me, can you do a printout of all of his transactions in the past year? Oh, certainly. Yes, sir.
And then also you'd have the bank account numbers of everyone connected that he sent money to, so you can check their bank accounts.
Bingo. Exactly. And people don't realize that. Look, Epic Cash, again, I say it all the time, but if Satoshi Nakamoto had a do-over and he had access to today's technology with all of the hindsight of the last decade, and he could relaunch Bitcoin, it would be Epic Cash. Period. End of story. That's why I joked. I used to joke. I know it's not the case, but I used to kind of think it was. I was like, man, this Max Freeman dude, I just never met anyone smarter or more articulate. And so I flirted with the idea, if somebody one day told me that Max Freeman was actually Satoshi Nakamoto who wanted to do a do-over, I think I would have believed him. And I still may die on that hill. I don't know. No, I don't think Max is Satoshi, but he sure is amazing.
And that's something that about Epic Cash is where Max is a real person that's connected to it.
That's right.
Say like with Bitcoin, no one knows who Satoshi is, but it could be devastating if it was ever actually found out who it was. If it was actually proven that it was like, person X or person Y or government agency or this or that, then the project could be over instantly. Where now, Epic Cash, Max is the person behind it that started it, the founder. So in some ways that's a positive thing for Bitcoin, but it's also a weakness that if it's ever exposed, what if it came out that it was the Chinese government did it, then basically all the Western countries would just basically shut it off instantly.
Yeah. Hold on one second. I am going to go to copy, and I want to just drop in the chat a link to your channel.
Oh, well, thank you.
Everybody to please go in and subscribe. And please smash that like button and share this video, comment, all that good stuff. Please, if you're watching this and you're not familiar with Epic Cash, download the Telegram app. That's where all the action happens, and visit t.me/Epic Cash. Join the group. Tell them Uncle V sent you. Okay? Because I'm determined to work on getting us over 3,000 subscribers. I'd love it to be over 5,000 subscribers by the end of, let's call it the end of February. How about that? Let's do, wait, is this February? Jesus. What? This is January still. Gosh, my brain.
Few more days, but it's getting close.
Few more days. It's getting close. Okay. So, other than Epic Cash, is there any other project that excites you that you find has okay, I'll just say it, as amazing of a community as Epic Cash, that is positive and inclusive in the best possible way, meaning not inclusive from the, woke side of the equation, but inclusive in that Epic is for everyone worldwide. We don't care if you're black, white, male, female, speak English or don't, tall, short. We don't care. We just want you to come join our community and, be part of history. So that's t.me/Epic Cash. But is there any other projects out there that you like?
Yeah, well, I like Cardano, and so it's pretty decentralized in terms. I know it's proof of stake. So, I mean, I think some of it is there's some projects that I like for the next 2 years, where I think that there's going to be a bull run that, that maybe the end of 2024 or 2025. So say like LCX kind of goes against everything that like Epic Cash would go on some levels.
Yeah.
But I think that it could run up. So there's some like that. Cardano, I kind of like. I guess I like Charles Hoskinson. So I wouldn't really say I'm part of the Cardano community. So I'm invested in that. They have lots, I think that you can stake it and it doesn't leave your wallet, and they have, over 3,000 different stake pool operators. So those are things I like about that. And,
Okay.
And it seems like Charles Hoskinson does want to try to unbank the unbanked, which Epic Cash could do too, with all these people in third world countries that never even had a bank account. They're
1.8 billion.
Yep. So, and then I got some other blue chips. So, sometimes you just kind of for me, so I know that you kind of switched and went from a diverse portfolio to basically all in.
Yep.
But right now I got kind of a, slightly diverse one, but
Okay.
But I like Cardano, and I like, I'm starting to like Epic Cash, and I'm just still getting in and unpacking everything. It seems like it takes a while to unpack everything that the project is and what the ecosystem plans to be. And so yeah, and so sometimes I'm on the hunt for something that I think, okay, maybe this could be something for 2 years, and then other ones like Epic Cash, you're looking as more of a long-term project and play, because what it's unpacking is a lot different than other projects.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. Maybe you can help me. Let me screen share, because I just want to, just for my own edification, figure out how we get this compare with how about BTC? So this is from the beginning, Cardano, and Max always likes to start here to where it's, if you would have invested in BTC, which asset would you be better in? And it looks like currently Cardano, well, like everybody, had the spike, and then hello, let's see what it is 1 year. Yeah, it's been a bloodbath everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. I feel like it has a little like for Bitcoin in the next 2 years. I feel like Cardano has a little bit more room to go up, than Bitcoin does. Yeah, I guess that's how some people look at it, is they basically whatever project that they like, if they start going to other ones. So yeah, there's a lot of room to go up for.
Let's compare to Bitcoin. He has
A different website, or is it on Coin Market Cap that he's doing that?
Is it shoot. Next time he's on, he'll be back next week. But I'll have him go through the exercise, because it was he like literally did it with every one of my assets. And that was when Epic Cash was like 18 cents,
Oh yeah.
And just like right now, we're down 90% off our all-time high, but over the last 2 years, we're up 20x, right?
Oh
so,
yeah.
So it's just that's where it's, look, it's a micro cap, right? And so it's all about fundamentals. And the huge difference with Epic Cash, and I think a lot of other projects, is we're out to get rich slowly. We're out for the slow boil, really focusing on the greater vision of everything that is going to be on a roadmap that is designed so that Epic Cash is the fuel. So by default, when all of those are published and released and operational, Epic Cash is going to be the fuel to be able to drive them. So people are going to need Epic Cash to be able to leverage and take advantage of the whole ecosystem. And that's where it's like this giant sucking sound up on the Epic Cash price long term. I've been covering Epic now for 2 years, since that initial shitcoin trial with Max. And I will tell you, every step of the way, you joined a meeting before we went live. There's a group of us that talk about the roadmap on a weekly basis, 2 times a week, actually, Tuesdays and Fridays. And, if nothing else, our team is amazingly consistent and dedicated to the eye on the prize, which is keeping Epic Cash entirely safe, secure. That's why we have our multi-algo algorithms. It's why Todd Lewis is so close to being, it's in testnet now, of being able to have this AI proofed, if you will. It's just crazy what everything that's happening behind the scenes. People in the trading channel are just reading the tea leaves, and when it goes up 5 cents, it's like to the moon, and when it goes down 4 cents, it's, oh no, house is burning down.
Oh yeah, that's the day, and the time frame. If you said, okay, is Epic Cash or any coin going to go up in the next 5 minutes, it's hard. The longer time frame is a little bit easier to predict, but
Right.
Those little price swings, is like, it doesn't really matter in the short term. Long term, you want to see up. And then 2, when you have a project like this, and it's inexpensive, for the circulating supply that'll ever exist, that this is now when you pack a bag big enough that if you ever do take, because you don't want to have just such a small bag that if it goes up in price, that then you have to sell your whole bag just to realize any kind of gains. At least that's the way I see it, is that, I mean, even on projects here long term, like say this went up to $1,000, it'd be hard for people that have been in it to not take profit.
Oh, 100%.
So, but if you have a big enough bag where you can take some profits out the table and you still have a big chunk, at least that's the way I'm looking at it for myself, is that then it's like, then you're looking really good for long term, That's...
Yeah. Max gave me some counsel. when he first started, and I really value it. He's like, look, you got to take a look at this in tranches. And he said, do the responsible thing for you and your family. And he was talking about, now, again, keep in mind, back when we were talking, it was like between 18 and 25 cents or whatever. So Max has committed that he's not going to sell his first Epic until it's $1,000, and I believe him. That's his absolute commitment. And that's just another reason why I love the guy, is just he sticks to his moral compass is beyond compare in my point of view. But he was saying, look, whatever your bag is, you should be disciplined and set targets. For example, at $10, take 10% of your chips off the table. At $25, take 10% of your chips off the table. 50, 100, 500, 1,000, and when it's just 10% of a decreasing bag, it's less. But then, his counsel is, invest it in where else you put it, right? And he likes gold. He likes gold a lot.
I wouldn't mind some real estate.
Yeah, real estate, things that are real, right? You're aware, I'm sure you are. Bitcoin, 21 million supply, right? But if you went and surveyed everybody who believes they have Bitcoin, that number is closer to 40 to 50 million, Max found out from somebody who knows.
There's a lot of paper Bitcoin.
Yeah, because of what is it, fractional reserve and rehypothecation.
Like that, I think there's a lot of paper gold too.
A ton.
Yeah.
A ton. And that's why paper Bitcoin is sold at such a discount, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody should know that it is a fallacy to think that there are only 21 million Bitcoin. There's at least 2x Bitcoin because of centralized exchanges. It is just too tasty for them to be able to have those Bitcoin and not loan them out to multiple people. That's how banking works, right? So anyway, to think that Epic Cash is under $1 and it is the better Bitcoin, private, all the positive attributes that Todd Lewis, if anybody is really interested in a deep dive, go to my playlists up there and you will see the quest for superior money. We have 23 videos. We spent over 23 hours on live streams going through that interactive PDF called The Quest for Superior Money. And if you go to t.me/Epic Cash and search for Quest for Superior Money, the PDF will pop up and you can download it and do your own work. We compare Epic to Bitcoin, to gold, to Federal Reserve notes, to CBDCs. And then we even added another column that is blank, that you could put Cardano in there and just do your own work. All the definition of terms of the 35 attributes are in there. And that's a real good way for people to learn, whether you're crypto savvy or a crypto newbie. I really encourage people to go to that playlist and just start from the beginning. And it's great. It's binge worthy. And you're really, by educating yourself, just don't be that person that, what did the Shiba Inu dude, he drove it all the way up to how much was it worth?
I think it got up to about 13 to 16 million from $17, and he just never sold.
And down to 2 million. And so the guy's not paying attention, or the guy does what a lot of people do or have done. I'm sure there's going to be stories out the wazoo in the future of people who were given Epic when it was, 3 cents or 5 cents. And they're like, that shitty ass coin, and
Forgot about it.
they'll forget about it. Yeah, they won't. I don't remember my seed word. I don't know if I wrote my seed words down. Man, that was so long ago. And, so anybody new here, go down in the videos, where you see the word security in the title, watch that video, because there's a lot of ways that you can get scammed, and it's just a good video to remind us all about our seed words, about, how you are your own bank in crypto. And it's just really, really important that you exercise that muscle of overly cautious security. Because boy, it would be a shame for somebody who had just 100 shitty ass Epic, right? When Epic hits, $10,000, which I believe it will. Max thinks well before our singularity in 2028 that we're going to flip in Bitcoin. He's even gone on record to state that could be, before 2025, with everything coming down the pike, if the wind is in our sails and a few things manifest and happen. So don't be that person with 100 shitty ass Epic that you don't know where they are or how to access them or any of that. So that's the PSA for this Friday.
Yeah, you could let people know about Telegram too, how there's the tip bot. That's a pretty cool feature I never saw any other group have. And so I had some people that tipped me after some videos and stuff. So that kind of can motivate someone to get in there and make their own content. Or I see people tipping 10, 5, 10 Epic. I mean, years down the road, that might be valuable. And I don't see it.
That'll grow up to be real money. You know what I mean?
And I've never seen any other Telegram group that had the tip bot. I'm sure maybe that exists, but for me, that's the only one I've seen. And so it's a cool thing, and it's like slick, and the tip bot's like super easy to use. And
yeah, that was created by Black Tiger. He's a stud. He's one of our devs that he figured that out, and it's amazing. I love Mother Trucker when we do our 1,000 coin giveaways. Mother Trucker. When we give the first 100 people who are invited into a special group. Once we do a live stream with an influencer, we give the first 100 people. We could do a giveaway, a 1,000 coin giveaway to your subscriber base. You have like, I think
1,400 right now.
Yeah, 1,400. I'd be happy to host that. So why don't we get scheduled to where Max and I will come on your show?
Okay.
Do a live stream, and maybe you can prep people in advance. We'll figure out a date, but we'll give the first 100 of your subscribers that comes to a to be established invite only Telegram group, and the first 100 that come in, we'll have a team who's very good now at being able to get you to download your Epic Pay wallet. You give us your receive address, you get 10 Epic, and we'll talk about how we can do that seamlessly. But then what Mother Trucker figured is, hey, if you also go write a 5-star review and take a screenshot of it, then I'll give you 5 more Epic, but through Epic Tip Bot. Okay. So what does that force a person to do?
Get signed up with Tip Bot.
They have to go to Vite.
Oh, right? Yeah.
They have to get an account on Vite. So then they're where the action is. They at least have an account set up on Vite, and then their Vite Epic 002 receive address is where those 5 where the 5 Epic show up, because Black Tiger connected it to Vite. So it's very, very cool. And it just
it's fast.
Gets people in the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fast, it's fun. And I personally think, I look at my bag and I like tipping a lot. I like supporting a lot of different initiatives, because I look at that as I'm a business person, and there's not a business that I've ever been a part of to where you don't have a marketing budget. So for me, giveth and thou shalt receive. I believe we should be givers of Epic. And we have a Telegram channel called Givers of Epic. And that's the team that are just amazing, who, are the ones with the catcher's mitts in these dedicated Telegram giveaways, who are ready. They all have an amount of Epic that are divided amongst them. And that's where I have chosen to donate a lot of Epic lately, is these giveaways. And boy, oh boy, does it come back, man. We're getting lots of new members, new activity in there. It's like I'm seeing a lot of new handles, new names in there. It's just very motivating for me. And the only box we don't check on that quest for superior money is mass adoption. Well, how do you achieve mass adoption?
Marketing.
One person at a time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and to elaborate on the philosophy of slow boil, Matt, you're familiar with Coin Bureau, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so Max and I, we were on a call with Guy Turner of Coin Bureau last Friday, and it was one of those like surreal experiences. But these are the kind of people that are catching on to Epic now. And what happened during the call was Guy, he downloaded the Epic Pay wallet, and I sent him some coins. And do you know what he said?
What?
He said, "Wow, that was fast."
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, and it seems like it aligns with a lot of what Guy talks about, like warnings of the WEF and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, the tech that we have speaks for itself, right? So it's yeah. So this is, I guess, the future of Epic.
I'll just spill the beans right now. We are entering a contractual relationship with Change Now. And what that is going to allow us to do, and I just want you to fantasize with us, okay? And I will tell you that to get them started, to be able to integrate into our Epic Pay wallet, is a total of $60,000. There are a handful of us that was able to fund the first 20 to be able to get them started. They will release it once they get the other 40. So the month of February, I'm going to be doing lots of outreach to try to see if we could get $100 here from someone, 500 there, or whatever, because when we're integrated, you now know the Epic Pay wallet. You know what's going to happen? There are going to be 3 other buttons on there. So right now you have send, receive. Can you imagine? Buy, sell, swap with every asset in the crypto universe, whatever's on Change Now, to where that's all going to be able to happen within our mobile wallet. So now all you have to do, somebody, you talk to them about Epic Cash, and they say, well, how do I acquire it? Hey, download the Epic Pay wallet. Let me send you a few coins. Hey, you want to buy some more? There's just a button, buy. It's going to be like, what is MetaMask, or to where it just go to Change Now. Is it .com, DS?
I think it's
.io.
Or change now.io. Thank you.
So yeah, once the exchange is built in right into the wallet, it does change everything for us. It's really the domino effect from that point forward.
I believe that's what that blows us past through, our all-time high through $10. Because what better wallet is there going to be in the entire industry that is, a layer 1 coin? Not a token, but a coin. Now, there's a little bit of work that we also have to do to be able to get everything talking to each other, Vite to GUI to CLI to Epic Pay, and to where you don't have to have both people with their wallets open to be able to do the transaction. That's where we are currently, which is why when we do these giveaways, we now have it nailed down to where somebody comes in, they give their receive address. Our team member confirms, is your wallet open? It is. Boom. Our team member sends 10. They confirm they receive it in like 2 seconds. and then boom, that one's done. They go on to the next person. But there will be a point in the not too distant future to where it won't be necessary for both parties to be able to have their wallets open. When these ships come in, Epic will not be under $1. Hear me? Please.
It won't be 50 cents anymore.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's just like, to me, it's mind-boggling. If I was into Bitcoin and I had, a few, maybe 4 or 5 Bitcoin or whatever, I'd go into Vite right now and I would buy the order book as much as I can and fill my bag and at least take, let's say I had 5 Bitcoin, take 20% of my portfolio and put it on Epic. And you just sit back and see whether those 4 remaining BTC you have, or that, 30,000, 40,000 Epic Cash that you acquired. Let's see where those are going to be in a couple of years. Let's compare. Let's do a paired comparison. Enrique, if you're out there, maybe we go through that mental exercise just to keep track and do a tracker. So yes, Enrique, what I'd like you to do is say if somebody had 5 Bitcoin and whatever the value of that is, let's build a spreadsheet and then take 20% of that bag, factor in what that would be worth today, and let's do a monthly tracker. I'll have you on once a month and we'll just see, what the percentage increased value of the 2 assets are. I think that would be a real interesting exercise. Or maybe it's interesting because you're only talking 20%, but it might even be more interesting to be able to do it 50-50. Or maybe both, Enrique. So I hope you're watching this. I know you always do, but let's talk about that afterwards. Maybe we could present that on next Friday's Epic Cash Live. So, okay, what are we? We're at 1:00. We're over an hour. So we're good. I don't know if anybody has anything else to share. We sure do appreciate you having you on Crypto Star Daily.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You bet. And let's Telegram, and we'll work out a time where Max and I can come on your show, do a live stream, do an interview, and get your community excited about. And maybe you don't have to wait for us. You can just talk about how in the very near future there's going to be 1,000 coin giveaway, and you can say, when Uncle Vigilante gives a single coin in his mind with 2 years of coverage, he believes with all his heart that he's giving $1,000 away. It's not if, it's when. And so this 1,000 coin giveaway to Uncle V is $1 million giveaway. So let's take advantage. Don't be that person that doesn't take advantage. This is free Epic. And,
yeah, I'll get Tina behind that.
Oh, perfect. And can you please also get your neighbor behind it?
Okay, Ron. Yeah, he's always in for free stuff.
Yeah, free stuff. And Ron, I mean, boy, a flip phone, maybe to participate, maybe this is what influences him to upgrade to a mobile device that could download. He could download the Epic Pay wallet too.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get him to. I got an old iPhone. I think he'll be able to use.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you'll give him. You'll bequeath that unto him. You have a heart of gold, my friend. Okay. Well, everyone in the chat, thank you. Really, really, really appreciate and love all of you. And I'm not so worried I'm not so worried about the domestic issues that Matt is facing with Tina. I think they're going to work it out just fine, especially when she knows she's going to get 10 free Epic. And that is going to fund in due time. That is going to fund quite the shopping experience for her to not only be able to get some sexy new clothes, but also you might throw in the Dollar Razor Club. You get her subscription to just get rid of the stubble every once in a while. I don't know. Maybe that's
She's a little rough around the edges, but she's a good gal.
All right, everyone. Love you. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
DS, Mike Mamola, thank you for being here, and we'll chat to you guys next week. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.